Shubor naga Khlem jong nong san Hima.
Myntri ka Tnat Bording James PK Sangma ulong bau Khlem le Bakla AA batkum Myntri wala persangkat bala ban wengi kejinge kiba Kameghalaya Energy Corporation Limited kaya kendo kamtam ban penyai bej ya kejing ai jing sekri jong ka Tnat Bording ya kipaj ba ha kajela habai keren bat kinong tho kbor haying sa jung haswa bu mi nasilong ban le charilum karo James ulaong bakum Myntri Khlem le Bakla AA hanrei kai ka bau persang ban trei kalong ban wanra e kijing kala ke ban long kijing mentoy ya kipaj ba ha kajela kijing kala ki don bun benda kentup ya kijing pendon kam ya ki kor ki bor ke bayarap menang pen bha ya kirkom trei kam ha ka MEECL bat Tnat Bording ulong ro ba ulas ngauto bagila bandon kato kani ki bam sngau suk mensim lada kadon kijing penbet ya kirkom trei kam namar kirkom trei kam kalane lakat tasnem bat ulong gidon kam ban kampen bha shushu menta haba piwan ra ya kirkom trei kam ka bayarap ban pen bha lese kalong pen ban kum kijing pentut bat kabum ai jing hon namar kata kabanga kwa ban long kalong kum Myntri ka Khlem le kono ka Bakla laong Myntri ka Tnat Bording.
You should not be the power minister. They're not asking you to be dropped as minister, but taking away power portfolio from you. What do you have to say?
I think that as a minister, I have not done anything wrong. I think that what I'm trying to do here today is to bring in reforms, very much needed reforms. And reforms is something that it involves many changes that is going to take place, and we want to bring in a lot of technology into improving the systems in the MECL, in the power sector. So this is something that is not a luxury anymore. It is a necessity to bring in reforms in the power sector. And I know maybe there may be some people who are uncomfortable with that, because it's very comfortable to be there in something that has been going on for so many years. Then suddenly when you come and you try to bring in reform, it's a form of disruption. So it will create a little bit of ripple effect, which many people will not be comfortable. I completely understand that. But I think that the main important thing here is that I have not, done anything wrong. I'm not guilty of anything. And today, only thing I'm trying to do is trying to bring in reforms. And if people think that bringing in reforms is something bad, then I would have to say I disagree with them. I think that I welcome all sorts of ideas. I welcome suggestions from our coalition partners, and today if they have certain concerns, I believe these concerns are genuine. There's no doubt that a lot of people are being affected in the energy sector in Meghalaya, but we have been working so hard to ensure that such kind of problems are minimized. They are streamlined so that the delivery mechanisms, the way that consumers are empowered, these are things that we want to bring in, and we're trying to put these into place. And our coalition partners, their intentions are good. Their concerns are very genuine, and I appreciate that, and I thank them for that. But then I think what's important is that if they have any suggestions, I'm more than welcome to listen to those suggestions. If these suggestions are very valid, and if these suggestions will bring about good for the organization, that is MECL, or for the power or the energy sector in Meghalaya, then yes, we will act upon it. But this is something that cannot be a monologue. It has to be something that we sit across the table, we discuss this, and I think the MDA Coordination Committee is one such platform where things like this will be discussed. So I think that this message has gone out to our partners that we must discuss these issues in the right platform.
You believe it should be discussed?
Yes, I do not dispute the fact that there are problems. There are problems, and these problems have been going on for so many years. But what is important is that we all have to work collectively as a team to come together and to ensure that we all, find solutions to that. So I have said this earlier also, that this is something that it's not just an individual who can come about and bring about such kind of change. It has to be collectively done, and everyone has to play a part and come together and give suggestions and opinions and ideas. And there are many people who have already given me so many good ideas and suggestions, which we have started implementing and we have put into place. So if there are any more ideas and suggestions, yes, I welcome them. If there were any solution to be achieved by my ouster, then it would be a point worth examining and discussing. Problems which have accumulated over the years, over so many years rather I should say, one cannot expect that you come and you immediately find the solutions to that in 3 years' time. That is, I think, humanly impossible for anybody to come and just wave a magic wand whereby the problems, the kind of challenges that have accrued and accumulated over all these years can be just with the wave of a magic wand be wished away. It doesn't work like that. So as I've been repeatedly saying, there are solutions, there are the process for thinking out all these solutions has already has started, and we have already put into place many reforms, and we are seeing the results today.
But have they spoken to you? I mean, like your...
No, unfortunately, I don't know why, but no one has reached out to me. I have utmost respect for Bajamino. He has been my colleague in the last assembly, and we've been friends in the house. We have shared many ideas. We've taken part in discussions in the past, and Dr. Jamino has not reached out to me to tell me that this is something that I should step down and I should take responsibility for everything that has happened. See, he has not spoken to me personally, and neither has anybody else, those who have made such kind of demands. But having said that, I would like to state that it would be in the fitness of things that whatever has to be said should be discussed on this forum, and whatever ideas are there should be put out, and we are welcome to take those suggestions.
But James, there are lots of allegations towards the power department, especially when it comes to financial mismanagement. So don't you think that it is high time for the government as a whole to come out clear on these matters?
The allegations of mismanagement of finance is something that we as a government we view very seriously, and we have always maintained that such kind of practices we will not be tolerating. In fact, if you have seen, there was a tender for the Maulai substation, and this tender was done in a very, very irregular manner, in fact in an illegal manner. This was pointed out rightly so by the Ministry of Donor, and we took action on that, and we have scrapped the tender, we have initiated proceedings. So what I mean to say is that such kind of practices, we have the least amount of tolerance for that, or rather zero tolerance for that. And now we are in the process of trying to make sure that these will be streamlined by introduction of the enterprise resource planning, that is ERP. Once you have the ERP in place, this is going to make sure that the whole structure, the whole process structure of the MECL, starting from billing to accounting, and everything is synergized, and they are coordinated in a better manner, whereby such kind of practices will be very difficult to carry out in such an environment. So all these things are happening, and I would like to very, very clearly state that we will not tolerate any such kind of financial mismanagement and irregularities. Now, in terms of whatever has been said, these are allegations, and I have very painstakingly and exhaustively replied in the assembly, stating that these are allegations on which I think most of it were based on very, very loose sort of information. For example, the allegation that smart meters are being procured at the rate of rupees 9,444, which is, again, I would like to repeat here that that kind of calculation is actually very, very basic, saying that that is the project cost divided by 2 lakh number of smart meters, therefore 1 meter costs this much. So I have categorically stated in my last press conference that the meter cost is to the tune of rupees 3,750. It is nowhere near 9,444. So this is a kind of misinformation which is doing the rounds, and people are not aware of the information, the accurate one. Thereby, rumor mongering is so rampant here, and allegations of corruption are taking place. But these are strictly as per procedures laid down by the Government of India. CVC norms and guidelines are being adhered to, and all these kind of practices are being monitored. And so therefore, I do not see where these allegations of malpractices in terms of tendering is coming about.